from problem domain, okay? So that you can be able to come up with a product that can be able to give value to the clients, and you can be able to also derive value from it. So you can see the approach that you've taken. You are really using a very basic approach of starting our businesses or growing our businesses. So let me take this opportunity to welcome. I hope if I look at the list here, you can see, I think we have got all of us who are here, those who have been there throughout the week. I'm sure it's like 6 to 7 of us. I believe others will be joining us shortly as we continue. So maybe before we can proceed, we'll also maybe open up the session to you so that we can do a recap together. Of course, share some of the things that we learned, that you learned throughout the week or yesterday, maybe that you feel that has really inspired you to share it out so that you can also encourage one another. So maybe to start also, I'll ask Christine just to share with us your experience, how it has been, one or two things that you've learned. Okay. Of course, the same challenges that you have also, any challenge that you, personal challenge that you have also be got from this session. That's also highly welcome. Hi, Christine. Can you hear me? Hi, Christine. Yeah, Christine. And it's actually
sorry. I was having trouble getting on. Yeah, but I think from what I caught from last session, it was about focusing on the customer side of the business. I was speaking from how people were sharing, because I was not able to share on the feedback, and that my solution should focus on the customer himself. And even I think the to think of my own unique value prop, because I think it is beadwork and everyone is doing beadwork, and they have to find a niche that is different. And that makes people come to me, other than there's a lot of other people doing also training and doing beadwork. So yeah, I think I'm thinking about it. I think maybe by next week I would have come up with a final main canvas that works well for me in this context. Yeah.
Okay, great. That's good. Yeah, moving on well. Yeah, at least we are challenging ourselves, but challenging our approaches to our businesses. Of course, they're unique. They are unique. Of course, as we are acting candidates. So it's an issue of just trying to apply some of the skills and competences in driving our business. So yeah, I really like how to not the business of business servitude because of the team is going to know your clients, ensuring that I have to be whatever products that you're using are well aligned to what they need. Yeah, so thank you. With us is on our experience from the past session. Yes, Alan. Alan, can you hear me? Oh, then I John? Hi, John. Okay. Thank John and Alan.
Hi,
Yes, how are you?
I'm fine. I'm not yet seated, but I'll contribute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, anybody else? Belinda, do you want to share with us something today?
Good morning again. Sorry,
Morning.
like yesterday I told you I was driving and I was traveling to a hospital, so I didn't really get so much yesterday. So I don't have anything to build on today. However, today at least I have enough time. I'm just waiting so that I can catch up with this one. I have to find out how whatever I missed by yesterday. So I'm just listening to the recap. Thank you.
Yeah. So, it's Belinda for that.
But you're
Yeah.
breaking a lot. I don't know that it's my network. I don't know. You're
This is
breaking.
true. I'm breaking. Is it because
Yes,
what about there? Is it better?
this is better. Thank you. Okay.
You're talking with my. I don't know now. Is it better now? Just try to position my mic in a better
You're clear
place.
now. You're clear. Thank you. Okay.
So. Yeah. So, thank you, Christine, for giving us that overview. Of course, we have been talking about human-centered uh, uh, design and entrepreneurship approach, whereby, of course, we started by first of all coming up with a way of understanding the customer's problems using the design thinking approach, because as a way of trying to really coming up with a solution that fits the problem. And then we also saw that once you use this approach to come up with solutions, you can actually use this approach to come up with several ideas, business ideas, and put them on the table for you to start exploring and seeing whether you can be able to maybe further process them so that they can actually give you an opportunity for business. And of course, we further also learned about other human-centered approach when it comes to product development. We talked about the lean startup approach or methodology, whereby you start by creating a minimum viable product, and then you try to test it, okay, with the users to see whether it really meets their needs. At the same time, you also use the same product to learn their insights, because at the end of the day, you want to come up with a product that really fits to the needs of the market, that really fits to the aspiration of the client, so that they find a reason as to why they should just buy it without you investing a lot of effort in trying to convince them to buy. So that you can simply use the minimum viable product as a way of doing that, whereby you come up with a product and then or a prototype product, and then you try to uh, expose it to the clients and then see how they respond to it. So it's more of a learning approach. So you ideate, you improve on it, you give them, you learn, you get some insights from it, and then again you keep on put it in a more of a spiral approach, whereby you're able to understand exactly what they want. And then, of course, yesterday we're looking at the other third feat of coming up with a highly optimized products or yeah, for a market. That is now a point whereby now you start now trying to think about how you're going to interact with the market, how you're going to introduce the product in the market, of course, how you're going to make value from that specific product. And that we call that the product fit for the lean approach. So basically that's how we need to look at our design thinking approach.
Hi everyone. Just a minute. The trainer alikuwa na some technical difficulties, but in just like 2 minutes atakuwa amerudi. Yeah. Hello, Charles. We can't hear you. Or is it on my end? Charles, we can't hear you. I don't know if you've started presenting or just seeing the slides.
Oh, sorry, yeah, sorry.
Charles.
Oh, sorry. Okay, yes, hi. Sorry,
I think Tangurudi, you have
mm,
been like on mute. So maybe you just start from when you
I started. Okay, sorry. I
yes,
think
yes.
I was clicking for the slide to move Kumbe, then I clicked on the mute button unknowingly. Sorry.
Oh,
Okay, so
okay.
yeah, so I think the problem was I think I touched the mute button unknowingly. Yeah, so then I've been trying to think that maybe a problem is my mic or something like that. Sorry. So I was just trying to to explain about the methodology that we are actually trying to apply, okay, in starting the business. So I'd actually explained first of all that we started by first of all trying to identify the problem, okay, the problem itself, so that you can come up with us think of an idea of that can simply offer a solution that's basically fit for a market. And we saw that we can simply do that, okay, using the design thinking approach, whereby we saw that you can actually sit down with the team members and quickly start coming up with an idea. Okay? You come up with an idea, you come up with a prototype, you test it, and then see whether it works or not. So you identify a market, you come up with a persona, you're able to understand what are their pain points, okay, whatever the issues that they're having. And then around that, you can simply think about a product that can really fit their market. Then I think we have learned that, but we have seen some of the tools and the skills that you can actually use that. And then we went further to see how to develop a product fit uh, 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 maybe service or a product that you can actually present to the clients. And we saw that we can simply do that using the lean startup methodology, whereby you instead of you going full throttle to come up with a full business whereby you're investing a lot of resources, you can think of coming up with a minimum viable product, something that is not really expensive, and then you develop that product, and then you start testing it with the client to see how they interact with it. Of course, you start seeing if to use it now to understand their preferences, what they like. Of course, if there's anything that they like about the product, they will be able to show you at that particular point there. So that instead of you investing so much in a product and then you start now putting a lot of effort to try to market and to sell it, in this case, when the minimum viable product is the opposite. Use that product to get the insights from your clients. So it's not a more, so you become very vulnerable to them. So you test them, you give them, okay, have this, you can see it working. Then for you, you are keen about getting their feedback and then using that feedback to input into the product development so that you can improve it and ensure that it fits to the market. And then now yesterday we were looking at, we were trying to see how we can now move from product development into commercialization. And then that's a point whereby we're saying that before you do that, of course, you also need to know how you're going to commercialize this product. So you need to come up with a fit business model, okay, that fits to your target segment or your clients. And we also learned how you can do that. Of course, we saw that the approaches to business have really evolved since from the 20th to 21st century. Of course, we are moving from industrial way of doing business, whereby you start by coming up with a plan, and you first build the plan, you establish the result of research, you build a product before you take it to the market. You find that in this approach here, of course, of lean startup approach, you don't need to put up the plant. What you need to do is that you just need to come up with a minimum viable product. It could be a model or something that clients can be able to interact with, and then use it to learn. So we saw that as you develop this minimum viable product, you can also start thinking about for each segment again. You can come up with a lean business canvas for each and every product. Instead of looking at the whole business as a whole, you just focus on a product. Okay, so you look at the product. You start by looking at your target market, of course. Then you look at some of their problems that they're having, and then based on their problems, then you can think about the value proposition and start thinking about their solutions. And then you also think about channels, how you're going to ensure that these clients receive this product. And then, of course, the other thing that now comes in should be number 7 and 8 is about the costings. Okay, there's the cost model and the revenue model. So you need to know about how how much it's going to cost you to develop the product until it reaches the client. And then, of course, how much are you going to charge so that you ensure that there's some returns from this specific product that you're trying to put it to the market. I think that's what we saw yesterday. I think I was there. So sorry for that interruption. So this will allow me to a bit faster. So, okay, what we're having there on the screen is just basically the lean startup approach. Of course, it's a new approach that was developed by Eric Rice, who's actually a serial entrepreneur, and it's really hit the market. So, of course, today people are talking about lean startup approach, and it's basically the best way to approach to business. You don't need to have a lot of capital before you can start the business. So we are saying, what we are just saying that with this approach, it will actually enable you to come up with these 3 basic highly optimization of a business that will actually help you to ensure that you start up a business well focused by simply minimizing the risks of failure. Because of course we actually last time we also discussed also some of the reasons why most startup fail is because, of course, maybe there's a mismatch between what the clients want and what you as an entrepreneur are trying to offer. So it was that it's actually trying to remove that mismatch by simply trying to address the issues about the problem solution fit. We've talked about product market fit, and then the business model fit. That's basically what we were looking at yesterday. So of course, we have looked at all these aspects of the business. So I'm just trying to think about you as an innovator, was with an idea, who's trying to bring these ideas to commercialize this idea. So if that when you commercialize these ideas, then you become an innovator. Okay. But when you just ideate, that's more of an academic thing. You just put it in your mind. But when you try to commercialize it, then you become an innovator. And of course, for you to get value from your innovation, then you must become what? You must become an entrepreneur. So you have to think about how to make money out of it. So we have talked about all this. So at this point here now, when you want to start a business, of course, there are some of the key questions that can come to your mind is what part of problem are you trying to solve? You need to understand that. you also need to understand what value you want to deliver and to what group you want to do it, at what are the costs that are associated to that particular product or service that you want to offer, and how will you sustain your business and solution. So in that, of course, it's now makes you to start thinking like an entrepreneur. Okay, so you need to see that at least what you want to do, of course, has got some returns, something that you can actually get from it. And basically, that's what we're going to discuss today. We touched on opportunity yesterday, but of course, today we'll dive further to this concept of opportunities, and of course, see how you can be able to translate these opportunities into a business that you can actually scale and grow. So, of course, some of the key elements that we look at, of course, will be where you can find opportunities, what makes a good lean setup opportunity, and how to extract opportunities through customer development, as of course, as well as idea multiplication, and as well as any other tool that you can use. So we'll not really go into some of them in details, but we'll just maybe have a quick overview of how you can be able to achieve this in your business. So, of course, this therefore takes us to a basic point, okay, where I think all of us were here. As much as we're talking about being creative, being startup, is something that we really want to address, or that we really want to, that is part of us, because that we also need to start discussing about it. You'll be talking about our clients, and our business. But now, what about ourselves? Who are we? Okay, that's right. So the simple question here is that who is an entrepreneur? Maybe I can start, because now that we are here, maybe this could be a concept that is touching each one of us. I'll open up the discussion so that we can get different views about this term entrepreneur. So please, who's ready to go? And raise up your hand, or you can just, unmute, and then I'll be able to see that you're ready to contribute. Yes, hello. Who is ready to go? To share with us their thoughts about entrepreneur. Who is an entrepreneur?
Can I try?
Yes, hi. Anina, yes.
An entrepreneur is an individual who has conceptualized a business idea and is in the process of adding value onto the idea in order to exchange some value for it in terms of money, or yes, to become better, especially when it's sustainable.
Wow. Yeah, so you talked about an individual who has conceptualized some idea or a concept, okay, that really he wants to exploit it by simply adding some value to it with an exchange, okay, of some monetary, maybe compensation or something like that. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I think that's. I think those 3 points are well captured. Yes, Bernice.
Yeah, an entrepreneur is somebody who offers a service, I think, for profit, or somebody who solves a problem for profit.
So a person who offers a service for profit or also solves a problem for a profit. I think that's also a very perfect way of looking at it. So that means that is a person who's able to see maybe a situation, look at a situation, maybe analyze and see that there's a problem, and then he come up with the solution to that specific problem, okay, with an objective of making money. Is that right? Yeah, that's good. Yeah. Yes, Juliet.
An entrepreneur is someone who comes up with an idea of solving a problem and develops it to a business.
So he starts up with an idea to a problem and then develops it into a business. So, okay, yeah, you can get all those three answers. Of course, all of them, they are talking about, of course, they've got a starting point whereby it's either an idea, okay, there is a problem, okay, and then there's a business. A business, that means it's a more transaction, okay, between that idea or that establishment with the clients were able to exchange some form of service for a profit. Yeah, I think all those are right answers. Of course, they actually help us. It actually helps us to expand, to start thinking about exactly who we are. So maybe if I may ask, do we have those entrepreneurs here? Are we entrepreneurs?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are.
Okay, so yes. Well, how do you know that you're an entrepreneur? Juliet, you said you are. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you know that you're an entrepreneur?
It's because I am solving a problem by developing a product.
So you're solving a problem by developing a product. Is that right? Yeah, and not for. Is it for free? It's not for
No,
free. That's right.
at
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But of course, you find that entrepreneurship is also more of a way of, it's a more of a mindset. Okay? It's also a mindset. It's the way you position yourself as an entity, as a person. Of course, you're seeing, of course, we are all living in a given environment. And of course, you can see that people have different challenges in this specific environment that we're living. So what you need to do is that you still simply look at the environment and see that, of course, there is these issues, this issue 1, issue 2, issue 3, issue 4. Then you look at yourself, okay? You see, what can I do, okay, as a person? You get that? To or maybe address that issue. Because when you now start developing a product so that you can be able to offer to the people or to the market so that you can be able to exchange whatever that you're offering, then in that case, you basically become an entrepreneur. So basically what we can think of here is that we can simply see that anybody who can think about who can think of starting up something like a startup, basically is an entrepreneur, because you simply thinking about an idea, you've already seen an idea, by simply analyzing the environment, you have seen that this thing can actually be solved in this way, and then you take the risks, okay, of trying to start developing a product. Now you start as a startup, developing a product to address that issue. So in that case, once you start that process, basically you become a potential entrepreneur. So of course, uh, as an entrepreneur, as a person, because we need to have a vehicle that can help us to do it, to do our startup process. So in that, of course, that means that we need to have something like an organization or come up with a structure and which you can be able to actually use it to for a trade, or so that you can be able to start maybe getting money through it. So in that case, you need to form something like a company, okay, or a startup company. You can be a sole proprietor. It could be just something that you think that you need to do that. And of course, for most of us who are here, want to believe that somehow there's a way in which you are trying to look at it, to look at yourself as a company, not just as a person, okay? So that you can be able to front your business idea into the market. Because if you just go as a person, you find that again, you can find yourself facing a lot of challenges. So you need to think about how you're going to get to the market. So you need to do a lot of research. look at the available ways of getting into the market. So of course, as you also try to get into the market, you need to know exactly what you want to achieve, okay, by getting into the market. So of course, one of the motivation should be that you want to take a product that's going to attract more clients, okay, so that you can have more conversions of consumers to your product. And this, of course, will translate to revenue, because we talked about revenue. You also need to think about how you're going to develop this product. Of course, are you going to come up with a new way of developing the product? Okay, that's right. How are you going to ensure that these products are you're able to produce these products in mass? Of course, have enough raw materials to produce those products, and let it done in a more efficient way so that you're able to satisfy the demand of the products once they get into the market. Then you also need to think about, is this something that you really want to do? Because as a person, something that you really want to commit your time, okay? Your effort, as well as your resources, because that should also come out very, very strong. So in that case, it all talks about opportunities, okay? We talked about opportunities yesterday, and you find that this is basically an opportunity. And you find that if you start lean startup, simply helps you to test different opportunities, business opportunities that you can actually venture in. Yeah, you look at, for example, this product. For Geoffrey was talking about the shoes. We have got male shoes, we have got teenager shoes, high school shoes. Of course, we have got children's shoes, got women's shoes. Okay, as a startup, what we would advise is that it's not good for you to come up with all those products, because it's better you start small and you grow big. So it's better that you first identify a niche, market niche that you feel that this way, I'm focused on this market, it's really going to help me to grow. So you find that you can therefore have a lean startup, each and every product, one product for the male, one product for the female, one product for the teenagers, another one for school boys and girls, and then you test these products according to your settings, and you see which one has got more opportunities for you. Okay, which one has got more opportunities for you, and then it's advisable that you're able to assess all these available opportunities that you've identified to find the one that is highly optimal. And of course, you need also to, when you're doing that assessment, of course, you can use these three principles. One, about your idea, about your innovation, how you're thinking about it. Okay. Think about your own passion. Because is this something that you like? Think about the available technology and think about customers. When you produce this thing, are you going to get customers that you need? So as an entrepreneur, you can capture it either from a technological point of view, and capture it from either from an idea point of view or from passion. We talked about that yesterday. So from technology, that means if you have invented something, of course, then you can really capitalize on the intellectual property rights. Of course, maybe you can patent or have a copyright of your product, and then make use of it. Okay, make use, exploit it to make money out of it. Or it could be a business idea. Wow, a new way of doing things. Okay, of maybe coming up with a joint. It could be a cafe. Okay, it could be anything. It could be maybe talked about a video library, a new way of doing things, and then you do that. You really capitalize on that, and then you create a customer base who are able to sustain that specific business. Or it's something that you're really passionate about. We never talked about that, okay? Especially when it comes to things to do with, for example, career development, but things to do with human or social enterprises. It's mainly comes from something that you are really passionate about and you really want to make a difference in the society. Then you can also exploit that from that particular cases. So any of these cases, okay, may simply turn your startup into entrepreneurship. So we talked about a startup, of course, is an organization designed to innovate or a new product. So as an organization, you find that you can start as a startup, because and of course, maybe when you are referred to as a startup, it simply means that you're not a full business. So that it's like you're trying to experiment to see whether you can be able to develop your business or not. But as a startup, we find that you must have the following criteria. So you must have, for example, a mission, a vision, a strategy, have a way of managing your finances, your operations, and all that. And of course, you also need to have some form of structure which you need to operate so that you can be able to push your products into the market. So once you're able to do that, then you become an innovator, and then you can be able to start your business. So I don't believe for some of us already have some quite some of the necessary prerequisites that you need to set up your business, or that enables you to start operating commercially. Some of us are still at early stages, but it's important for you to know that at some point, for you to get into the market, you need to have some form of an organization or a structure that will actually enable you to get into the market. So again, these are just new concepts. So you find that as you think through as an entrepreneur, you need to start thinking about, how do I form myself? So again, the idea about the lean startup still comes in again at this particular point here. Yeah, because we want to start small. So in that case, therefore, you must also have a simple way of organizing yourself. So in that case, we talk about an agile setup, whereby you come up with a very, very optimized team. Of course, it may not really be a complete team to enable you to do your work, but it should be very agile, so that they are very dynamic. Of course, in the operations, we come up with a very lean structure, whereby you capitalize on maybe outsourcing some of the key services that you require. For instance, when you're just starting a business, you don't expect you to have a marketing manager, to have a sales manager, and all that. You find that one can be very, very expensive on your part. So you can start maybe 3 of you, but then you can focus your efforts towards developing the product and ensuring that you acquire customers, and you can be able to share some of these responsibilities in an agile way, so that as you start creating, growing customers, then of course you'll be able to get sufficient cash so that you can be able now to put up the structures. So you can start small and then try to go big. So when to talk about entrepreneurship, therefore, we can maybe identify 2 types. We have got the small and medium enterprise entrepreneurship approach, and then we have got innovation-driven enterprise approach. Like now, what we have been going through the whole week, we've been talking about innovation-driven, whereby we have our innovation, and then we're trying to commercialize that innovation. For SME approach is whereby it's very small, straightforward. What you need to do is that you only need to get capital, then you can capitalize on that. Of course, do a bit of research, then be able to get into the market and start establishing business. So, of course, that's still it is not very risky. But for innovation-driven entrepreneurship is a bit risky. And of course, that's why there's a lot of emphasis and efforts towards supporting that. Yes, Jessica.
Charles,
Yes.
there's someone who's saying he cannot get you clearly. Even in my end, there's some words that are not a bit clear, so maybe you can be a bit louder. Or
Louder. Okay, is it? Yes, louder,
yes.
like that?
Yes, like that is okay, because there are some words that are not clear.
Coming out. Okay, so thank you.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. I'm using a different mic from the one that I'm using. Okay, I think that's why
Oh,
it's giving some challenges. I think in positioning. Okay, sorry. So thank you for that. Yeah, so what you can say that entrepreneurship is it's just a new way of looking at things, and of course it requires us to get new ideas and new insights on how we can be able to approach it. Yeah, so of course, when we talk about innovation-driven entrepreneurship, it's a special kind of management, and it requires a lot of way of looking at it. Of course, today most businesses are very, very competitive. As startups, we find that we are coming up with different ways of doing businesses. There is no one specific way of or kind of a business that we can say is selling as it has been in the traditional market. So you find that in that case, it requires also different approach towards management, a different approach towards investments, different approach towards product development. And in that case, of course, it also suggests different way of thinking. And that's why we have taken through this time, the whole of this last week, trying to come up with a designing thinking approach, okay, towards business. I hope at this point now you're able to appreciate what you've been doing the last 1 week. Of course, trying to think about how can you come up with a minimum viable product, trying to see the importance of minimum viable product. Why should you come up with a solution fit idea? Why should you come up with a market fit product? And why should you have a business model fit, a fit business model that can be able to align to the demands of the team? So, of course, in the other hand, we find that again, because of the available resources, it helps us also to grow from small, big. So you can have a small team and then you can simply grow. So when it comes to schools of entrepreneurship, because we can talk about ways. Where you do, you simply take up the risk and then start the process starting a startup, of course, by simply trying to explore, okay, to see what opportunities you can be able to get. And then in the process, you can be able to earn your way through, then be able to get your way and find yourself being successful. As long as you follow you know how to do it. Of course, the other approach is whereby you just launch. You first build a product or a company, and then you launch. And then, of course, the other approach is whereby you get a ready-made business, and then you simply buy it, and then you drive, just like a car. So in that case, you try to arrange it, and then you drive it. So all those are three ways of which you can start a business. But more importantly is for us who are innovation-driven startups. So in that case, we need to come up with a proper way of trying to address or trying to look at the business. And of course, it takes us back to opportunity. What's an opportunity? Of course, an opportunity exists when customers struggle to get a job done, because when there's some need that they feel they need it. Of course, it must be something that is not being satisfied by the market and something that causes on customers' needs. So that's an opportunity. And we have actually learned on how we can be able to find or come up to identify an opportunity space that we are working on. That is the three things that we have been looking throughout the week. So what we are saying here is that just as a matter of caution, okay, before you really invest into a business, ensure that it's well aligned. Okay, it's well aligned. That it gives you a high competitiveness compared to others. So, of course, it must have these three components. That it is something that you know very well that if you invest in it, you'll have access to customers because customers requires your services. Then you have got some domain knowledge about what you want to invest. And then the third thing is that it gives you some advantage. Yeah, I like, for example, the C naturals, of course, the, the products. You find that she has some knowledge domain about it. She knows, she's assured that she can even process customers. And of course, she's trying to come up with value proposition so that it keeps her business or her venture to be highly competitive. Of course, she has got some knowledge. She does a bit of beauty. She has done a lot of research about different types of skins, some of what they need, and of course, there's a lot of education, a lot of value addition that one offers. She can be able to offer to the market, and of course, that's a business opportunity. Talk about Juliet. She has got also a coffee. She has some domain knowledge about coffee, different types of coffees, taste, how to do the coffee. Of course, she knows that people take coffee, especially students. And then, of course, she also has some advantage. Okay, she must have identified some of her advantage in that the way, first of all, the way she's packaging the coffee, she's putting it in packages that can easily be affordable, and of course, also trying to teach clients, okay, so that they can be able to know how to brew coffee without really using the coffee brewing machine. So basically, that's how you can look at it. And of course, that way, then you are comfortable. You can start your business. Okay. So you, as you start your business, you should always focus on the customers. So this is how you need to look at it. Exchange your position with the customers. So your own customer. So try to change the position and make sure that whatever you're trying to sell, it also appeals to you as a customer and not to you as an inventor or as an innovator. So you have to make sure that you really change those so that you can be able to know you know yourself, know what they want, and then it makes you to so that when you try to even give a narrative to your clients, then you don't really struggle to do that. I hope you are trying to get the point here. So the point we are trying to say here is that with the lean startup approach of methodology is that we want to come up with a product that really don't want to start doing a lot of marketing. You have seen these people normally do marketing. You move from house to house, trying to tell people, buy this product. It has this. So you find that you can really wear out even before you start growing. Trying to convince people to buy products, yet they're not buying. But we don't want to follow that path. We want to make sure that we are always close to our customers, and we use customers both from the starting point until the point where we do what we build the company. And if, for instance, we looked at this this illustration here, shows how you can work with the customers from the discovery stage, whereby you're trying to discover some of their problems, their challenges, of course, trying to discover the best product that fits them. Okay, we'll use the same clients to validate your products, your market, as well as your business model. Use the same product, same customers to create your business, and also use the same customers to build the company because they're the driving force. Okay, so it's not about us, not about the CEO, it's not about anything. It's about the customer. So for us, we have to know that the customer is the key to the success of the entrepreneurship. So of course, that also helps us to understand exactly why you need to have a very strong customer relationship in your business, because you need to want to know them, to understand what they like, to see what really matters for them, what's the most important thing that they need in their life, what's the pressing idea. So you need to ensure that you keep them in the loop, okay? Look, to understand the economic status, to understand exactly what they want. And of course, once you do that, that will actually give you an upper hand, okay, of evaluating an opportunity and finding it something that's worthy to invest. So in this case, therefore, we have the ideation process and then the evaluation process. So you look at both of them. So you can come up with a scorecard that maybe a matrix to look at this idea A, this solution B, is it working? So the way of scoring it, again, you cannot say that this approach of doing it, but you need to have that in mind that even as you start a business, you look at it, you look at the customers, look at the products, look at the timing, look at the competition, look at the finance, look at the team. Okay? So this is a simple card that you can simply use to score different products. Okay? Yeah, so you look at, for example, line 1, talking about children's shoes. Okay, what are their problems, their met needs and desire? So what size is their market? How can you access these customers? Think about the product. Look at the product itself, the value proposition. What do you want to show? The product, of course, what are the challenges of people accessing this particular product? Is it too expensive? Okay, is it that maybe it's not appealing? Is it because of the design or something like that? And think about the timings, the time that it takes for you to develop the product, the time that it takes you to reach out to the market, to convert the market and to commercialize it. Think about the competition. Think about how much you need to put in, okay, into the whole venture, of course, to produce a product. And then think about the team, or the kind of people that you need to have the team. So in the process of doing that, you should have like 3 or 4 cards where you've highlighted all those issues together down on the desk. Then you can be able to pick and say, this is the product that we are going to test the market. Okay. This is what we are going to do. Why? Because one, it's more efficient. It has got more large market. It is simple or more efficient to design it. Time taken, maybe it doesn't take much time. Going to the market time is highly optimized. It's a very, very competitive product because if comparing to other products that are still in the market. So in that case, you can come up with a very, very data-driven decision-making process. And you find that today we're actually living in a data-driven economy whereby you don't just do things as guesswork. So you have to ensure that whatever that decision that you make as an entrepreneur, okay, it has got some data backing behind it. It's something that has been validated. It has been found out to be working. It's something that can really create value and ripple in the market. It's something that can be able to help you to grow as an entrepreneur. Yeah, so you need to think about that. Okay. Yeah, so I hope by now you're thinking about your different lines of products. Of course, it's always not good only to have one line of product, but it's good also to have at least 3, plan A and plan B and plan C. But when it comes to implementation, you can always try the plan A first, which if it doesn't pick up, then you pick up plan B. Okay. Instead of you just putting all your eggs in one basket, you invest, put all the effort of investment in one basket, and then when you reach there at the end, then you find that when you really need some hurdles, and then you're not able to grow. Yeah. So any question up to that point? Yeah, just as a check-in to make sure that at least you're also validating your ideas, I'll ask you to take a piece of paper and then draw those 2 rows and 3 columns, a table with those 2 columns, and then maybe just try to write something about your products that you really want to sell. 1, 2, 3. And then let's see if this tool can be able to help us to optimize our solution. So the first set of the card can be for one product, then you can use another set for another product. That can take us like 2 minutes or so. Yeah, so please can just please do 1-2 minutes and then share. See whether yeah, by now you should be done with the timing. Then I can give you another 1 minute to talk about competition. That's something about competition, something to do with finance, then something to do with the team. Yeah, you don't need to really write a lot of things. You just need to sketch or to come up with a summary of what you think is your team requirement, what you think is your finance requirement, what you think about your competition, whether it's very high, very low. Okay, so you can just maybe write some brief description of to represent your thoughts, ideas. Yes, anybody who is done can share with us. Yeah, was done. It doesn't have to be very perfect, but it's just for us to see to validate whether the tool is working for us or not. See, Natural, can you try for us? Share with us what you've done on your piece of paper or your draft.
Wow, Charles, you just did what I was fearing.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I need a yes.
This I am not sure that I understood rightly, but let me try anyway.
Yeah. You can even use a. Okay,
sorry?
Go ahead. I was just saying you can even use the screen to describe what you think. Yeah. Your customer, your product, your timing. Yes.
Yeah, so for my customer, there's an unmet need for, my customer is looking for a natural product that is not bleaching, but can improve her complexion, like can brighten her up, but does not bleach and does not interfere with her melanin production. Mm-hmm. And then for my product, I designed a product that I do not first of all sell, but I give consultation to my customer, assess her need, address her fears, and give her confidence before she can buy the product. Rather than just going to a supermarket and picking a product with no one to talk to. Okay. So that means my product, I have given the opportunity for my customer to make informed choice. And then for timing, my product.
Maybe
yeah.
just So sorry for interruption. Maybe about the product. Can you tell us maybe the name of the product? Now that you're talking about a real product, what product is that?
This is turmeric brightening cream.
Okay, okay.
This is turmeric brightening cream. Yes.
Okay, okay.
Then as for the timing, I have brought my product into the market at a time when the world is moving towards organic, it's moving towards natural, it's moving towards African beauty.
Oh.
Yes. Wow. As for competition, I've brought in this turmeric brightening cream. Despite the fact that there are many products on shelves in retail shops, but I believe that my cream will sell and beat competition because I engage one-on-one with customers. Yeah, and as the customer base grows, I'll have more consultants online on standby to ensure that they are talking to our customers to give them confidence in the product, and so them making informed choices. So I believe that will give me an edge over my competitors, because I have not seen many people in the beauty industry who also do consultants. For finance, let me pass this one. And then for a team, also let me pass, please.
Yeah, why are you passing that? Because I thought you already have a product. I thought it would be easier for you to highlight on that. Because, okay, what it means that you're trying to evaluate your product.
Yes.
This is just an evaluation of your product. You talked about the product. So you're trying to see how much does it cost you to, for example, to develop that specific product that you shared with us. Does it require a lot of investment or not? And then when we talk about the team, is about the kind of course, the human resource that's required to bring this product to the market, starting from developing, maybe the expertise that you need to consult, the report that you need to, for instance, talk about packaging and all that. So those are some of the competencies that you need to have on the ground before your product reaches to the market.
Yes. So for finance, I have a competitive advantage here because my active compounds in this product are just locally available. I can access them from farms or from the food market actually, and I can get them at a very reasonable price. So it's not very costly to do the product itself. But now the challenge is the packaging is a bit expensive because I'm mostly using imported packaging. So I buy from retailers who import. So, but I need to later on be able to do the importation myself to cut the cost. Packaging is a big cost at the moment. Just have our locally manufactured packaging is not attractive at all. Yeah. For the team, of course, I need a lot of knowledge. I need a team that is very, with regard to processing now and formulating. I need a team that is well versed with cosmetic formulation. I need a team that is well versed in botany. But for that, for now, I think we are sufficient. Myself and my co-founder has a background in chemistry and I have a background in biology, so that's not a big problem. But I need now a strong team to do for me the marketing aspect.
Okay.
I believe that is where my deficiency is with regard to this product.
Oh, good. That's perfect. Yeah, I like
Yes.
that. Yeah, so that is for which product, please? Just remind us again.
This is turmeric brightening cream.
Turmeric brightening cream. Yeah. Do you also have other products?
Yes.
Yeah. So you find that you can still use the same to also maybe do an evaluation about the same product. So you can do the same thing. Maybe think about the customers who desire the product. Think about some of the key issues about the product, the timing of the product. Maybe today, this season is maybe it's cold. Maybe it's a product that's meant to protect the skin from sunburns or something like that. So we can also think about that competition and what's your current competition, the finance. So for each and every product, you can do the similar thing. Okay. So the importance of this exercise is to help you to identify to identify the product that you really feel that you can run with it. Because you cannot run with all the products because you're trying to start. Okay. So with this, you can be able to identify the product that you feel this is my main product. And then now you focus on that product, okay, to grow. But then you can, as you grow, then you can start doing what? Diversing now, thinking about product number 2, number 3, number 4. So you can come up with the form of a priority, okay? Because you want to grow and you want to survive. You might be having very good products, but of course, you test them with the market, you see that they are not really fit for the market. So don't really bother. Okay, you need to just to come up with a way of prioritizing. Don't give them a lot of priority. Okay, so focus on. Remember, we talked about a way of prioritization. So you need to focus on something that you feel can easily scale and it's easy to implement. Okay, remember that graph. So the same thing that you need to apply also here. So that's basically a one way of sizing of the new one. So as a startup, therefore, I hope that's okay. Or somebody else want to share with us about this, or any question about that? This part.
Charles, I'm lost.
Yes.
I don't know whether not being there yesterday really made me get lost. When I listen to the customer and okay, I've listened to the previous speaker, but now I'm finding that I'm really lost. When I look at the unmet needs of the desire, is it the customer's desire?
Yes. Now, what we are saying here is that you have already developed a minimum viable. Is that right? Okay. You have already done the problem solution fit. You have already identified the problem. You have already come up with an idea. Is that right? You have already done tested the ideas, the minimum viable product to find the best idea or same idea that you can pursue to develop a product. You have also tested that business model for several products. So you find that as you move on, you find that it's like you're trying to vet your options. You're trying to narrow down to what do you want to do as an entrepreneur. Get that? I hope that's clear. We are trying to reach up to. We want now to find a highly optimized product to move with it in the market. Maybe if that sounds well. So it's just we are just trying to build on what we have been doing in the past, but now we want to come up with a way of finding a highly optimized product that we know very well that if we use this product, we shall grow with it. You get that? Does that make sense to you?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. So we are saying now for you to come up with that or to identify that high valued product that you really want to market, you're saying that you must come up with different options and then have some form of evaluation of the different options. Okay, so that you are determining, you end up determining is the best thing that you need to do. Okay, so like for your case, you have got how many products do you have right now?
3 main products. I have what we call counseling. I have another one called mediation. And then another one is called life coaching.
Life coaching, good.
Yes.
Yeah, so we are saying that now these 3 products, we put them on this evaluation sheet. Okay, you start with the life coaching. Huh? Look at life coaching. Look at now at the solution that you already have now as a business, as an entrepreneur. Okay, you look at the customers that you're trying to address. Some of the what are their needs that they really feel they're important to them. Okay, so their unmet needs or desire for that specific problem. You can come up with a way of trying to quantize that. Okay, to see how many people or how many customers really desire the service. Okay, and you can also think about the size of the market segment. Of course, if you're targeting, for example, students, you can think in terms of the population, okay, maybe the geographical distribution, something like that. You can think about that. Where are they mainly found? It's here, of course. How many are they? Think about the population. Think about each and every household. Now think about your product that now you're trying to offer at this particular time. Okay, is your product really customer centric, or it's something that you're just trying to bring to them? It's something that you have it has grown. You have developed it by simply growing with them. You know, that's something that you need to think about the product that you're trying to offer. Or something that maybe you're trying to maybe you went to the internet and did that search and then you found that it's being done somewhere in America, and then you want to come and use it where? Kenya. You understand that? So you find that if you do that way, of course, it might be a very good idea, but people in Kenya, they don't understand what's happening in America. What's happening in America doesn't really touch them. So if in that case, you are likely to face some barriers with that specific product. Okay. So it's you as an entrepreneur, you should be able to know that before you go to the market. So don't wait until when you go to the market before. Yeah. So what you're trying to say that you need to be proactive. Yeah, you need to be proactive so that you are able to determine that even before you go to the market. You know that this thing I got it from America, and as I'm trying to take it to the market, I'm likely to get what a lot of resistance because people don't understand it, or I need to put in a lot of effort to try to educate people so that they can be able to buy the product. You get that? So you can look at it that way. Think about the timing. You're talking about counseling. Of course, we know maybe if your targets are students, of course, you need to think about how much it takes you, for example, to know the program. What's the best time to offer the program? Okay. Of course, is it really moving with the current season, the current prices? You're talking about, for example, the unemployment of the Gen Zs can really help with the current prices that's existing. I think about competition, think about finances, think about the team. How many people do you need to have in place so that you can do your business? So that's what we mean by that. So you simply assess your current status. You do an evaluation of the current status because already you have a product, you already have a market segment, you already have a business model. So you want to see which idea should I pursue? Okay, in other words, that's how I can put it. Okay? So this tool is basically supposed to help you to identify the most optimal opportunities that you can pursue as an entrepreneur to get maximum returns. Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to want to contribute on that? Or if it's not clear, please, you're also free to ask because you have to make sure that we're all moving the same. We're all on the same page and moving together, leaving no one behind.
What I'm saying is that all of that was very clear. It's until we came to the 18 rules. I think the 18 rules is so advanced or so complete. Yes, it's just at the 18 rules because like when I look at it, I understand what I can do with my team. I really understand my finance. I understand my competition. I know my timing. I know the product. I know the customer. However, when you go to the small details inside, when you talk of the right size market, of course, that one you'd already explained yesterday, reliable access and customer. Okay, maybe the details are what maybe we have got to work on. That is something that I think I need to sit down on myself. I mean, by myself and get into the nitty-gritties. But the other one you explained very well. The detailed is what I think has brought, like the first speaker was also saying, I don't know whether I got it right. I think that where the details are the number 1 to 18. But if you look at it like the 8 segments, no, there were 6 segments. Those are the columns and the boxes. They look okay generally, but the details are the nitty ones. Maybe that's what we had not gotten very. I don't know. That's what I didn't get myself. When I get into details, it sends me off guard. When I look at it generally, I can summarize it. But when I go to 1, 2, 3, 4, I get confused.
Okay. Yeah, I think those are just maybe the point that those are just pointers on things to look at each and every segment. You just look at those just to point us to the things that you need to look at. Of course, it's not really that it's directing you to do that, but those are just things to look at each and every point. Because remember, this is an evaluation. Evaluation is something that unaangalia, yani unajaribu kupima hii kitu, you're trying to come up with a way of assessing, okay? Evaluating to see, yeah. It's not really that you need to do that. Yeah, it's just a way of assessing. So, or a lens in which you look at the team. For example, you're looking at your team, so you look at it from this lens that what kind of experts do I require? Okay? Maybe the terminology that is different. What functional expert competence should they have? What they need to have so that they can go to drive this product into the market? What kind of partnerships do I need? For example, they talk about partnerships. At times, maybe you need to outsource some services with other people or with other organizations. So, of course, you need to also to think about that so that you build enough human capital to enable you to drive your product to the market. Yeah, so that's basically how you can be able to assess an opportunity that you can be able to invest in. Yeah, so ideally what we are saying here is that you being an entrepreneur, because you need to make your life also good, because you're trying, okay, though you are trying to solve other people's problem, don't make this problem to make your life also very hard. Okay? Make sure that you are doing something that you really enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy it, then you find that after some time, you will not like your business. Okay? So it should be something that you feel you really enjoy. You should also something that you feel that you have got a product that really fits to your passion. Okay, something that you like, something that you really want to relate with it. So you can imagine you're trying to market something that you yourself you don't like it. Then it becomes a very, very big problem to you as a founder, okay, or as an entrepreneur. So it's important that you also look at it, and that explains as to why you find that all of us are here, but we have actually invested in different sectors. So we have those that have invested in leather, because ya mawangozi anapenda mambo ya ngozi. Kuna mtu wa the beauty, of course. We also need to align ourselves with beauty. We must see naturals, of course. Yeah, I'm sure even you every day before you wake up in the morning, you keep on testing your products. And maybe each and every day you can have a way of trying to align, of course, the pia mafuta inajiweka inakuwa ni kitu ambayo mwenyewe unatumia pia. Yeah, so of course that's how we need to look at the business. The Balel Murusik, I think you should also be taking a lot of Murusik. You take Murusik, Karen. Hi, Karen. It's like she's muted. Okay. Yeah, so you need to really maybe try to brand ourselves so that we really associate ourselves with the products which we are trying to sell. Of course, it should be something that should have high potential for the market, and not something that we're just trying to do like an evangelist, trying to walk around from place to place, trying to convince people to buy the product. It should be something that taps into the pain and pressure of differentiators. That means, of course, we have our clients. It's something that can really touch have a touch point with their needs, of course, what they're looking for at any given point. I remember, like yesterday, we were able to see like a deal. Yes, C-sharp, we were able to seal a deal yesterday. Remember what happened yesterday? Yeah, I think so. It just need to be something that is very easy to market, to sell, because it has got a unique value proposition and something that you can quickly launch. So those are some of the factors that you need to look at even as you try to introduce your product into the market. Yeah, then talk about yes, C naturals.
Yeah, Charles.
Yes.
Please, let's go to the previous slide.
Yeah.
So this is much of that it can operate profitably without the founder.
Mm-hmm.
That's one place that, like for C natural, that's one area that I really helped.
Yeah.
I don't know whether these trainings are going to address that, but that's an area I really need help with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think okay, that can operate without the founder. Okay, yeah, it's you see the issue is about the growth now. Yeah, so you need to find a way that something that, for example, but you see something that can operate without the founder. What it means that okay, like for example, what you are doing, you've got some your own formulas that you're working on. So what do you need to do? You can simply patent some of these formulas that you are using so that you protect your ideas or your trades. And then once you've done that, then you can recruit more people, okay, into your research and design team who can be able to pick up your concepts and then be able to refine them and also have them protected, okay, so that they are fully commercialized for you to capitalize on them. So therefore, when you talk about that same point, so you can look at how complex or how easy is it for you to achieve that. Okay. So you find that maybe there are some products that it's a bit complex for you to do that. For some products, it's easy for you to do that. So for those that it's easy for you to do that, then it would be easy for you to capitalize on those ones first, or the ones that you feel that are still open. You can work on them first, run with them as these other ones you develop them gradually, and then maybe introduce them to the market later. But by the time you're introducing them to the market, you must make sure that at least your presence is also being felt. You already have a large customer base, because you're just introducing the product to the market to add more value, to diversify maybe your product lines, of course, and to increase your competitiveness. So it's just an issue of a strategy of how to get into the market.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can I also add something for her?
Yes.
When she did her presentation that I loved instantly, I was like, if she could train 5 more people who could have her presentations so that she's at the drawing board, because she's the chemist here, she's the scientist here. I know she's looking at her product being taken away. Talking to her about like Coca-Cola or about Nice and Lively. I saw Nice and Lively begin, and when it began, it was just an individual in his house like her. But today it is all over. So she's got to build trust. If she holds onto it so much on her chest and fearing, what we fear as startups, we fear like somebody will take my idea. The thing is, there's something so different in you that will never be like the rest. So it's developing the first trust issue, training other people, and making it expand. She has such a beautiful presentation that if she can work on presentation first so that she puts all her efforts on the product, then it will roll. And the moment it rolls, you will not even bother like who else is doing, because whatever you're doing, there'll be another copycat somewhere, whether you like it or not. But the first thing is that presentation. Just give your whole, give your best, let it roll as fast as possible so that by the time they'll be coming, they'll not be matching. You've seen very nice and lovely, has kept on evolving. Coca-Cola, Blue Band are still evolving, and there are people we had in the early 80s, late 70s when I was very young. So don't worry about that. If you worry about that, you'll not move to the next level.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for
thanks,
that.
Penny. Thank you. Yeah, I take the advice. Although my biggest fear has not really been using the idea, but being able to find a team that can replicate me, you know,
Okay. Yeah.
who can do it. So that's my biggest worry, because I've seen some businesses, someone was doing it so well, and then when there was succession, the business was watered down.
Yeah.
My fear is that,
Okay.
being able
Yeah.
to have the business scaling in my absence, or rather wataweza kufanya vile nafanya. That's my fear.
Yeah, I think
I need to be helped.
okay.
Utapata partners of same
Yeah.
interest. Utapata partners of same interest,
Yeah.
and you grow
Yes.
together. Somebody has
Yeah.
grown with me
Yeah.
for 13 years. When I started, my sisters and brothers used to call me mtu wa mkono. It's now 10 years when I transisted, or 11 years to my own, and he's still
Yeah.
supporting me. And along the way, I've gotten 3 others that are journeying with me. Every time
Yeah.
you're moving, make sure you're
Wow.
moving with somebody to the next level.
Mm.
You'll find good people.
Okay.
Just keep on trying. Try. They'll disappoint me. 10 people will disappoint you, but out of the 10, because the guy I work with says he's worked with 20 women, but I'm the only one he's managed to work with for over 10 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you'll
Okay.
find one out
That's a
of the many you're
success
going to
story.
find. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thank you.
Yeah, I think the thing is to get the grace of getting the right people to work with you. And I'm sure somehow you can always get the right people to work with. I think the idea is like the way Penny has said, is that it's good for you to be open, so that in the process of you take risks and try to maybe identify people that you can work with. Of course, that is people that you can journey with and grow with them. That's another way, though it's a bit, it's not easy. It's not easy to get together, but you can find. Then the other way is when you go now the commercial or you standardized way is whereby you need money to do work for you. So like if you set up a department to manage that line, then of course you can be able to sustain the formula as well as the product even when you're not there. But now that one now requires money. Of course, that's why we are saying that for you to reach there, you need to have a large customer base. So you need to find
Yeah.
a product that is very easy for you to implement without that doesn't require you to invest so much. You move with it to the market, let the people start using it. And then, of course, as they start using the product, then you'll be able to raise the capital, which you can now come up with now a full-fledged department just to deal with that. In that case, now you'll be able to do it professionally. You can always advertise the position officially, and then be able to get the right people, the expertise who can be able to do it. But now for them, now they want to be compensated from market rates. So you must have enough money for that. Yeah. Yeah. Then
Thank you.
so it's just a strategy that you need to look at and see how you can best use it to grow. Yeah. So I hope. So what we are saying here that when you're trying to look at an opportunity as an entrepreneur, then you need to factor in all those factors. Okay, before you start the business, make sure that you really know exactly what you want to do, or you simply see there's an opportunity for you to start that specific business or line that you really want to pursue. Of course, you must also be sure that you've got some competitive advantage, and of course, be able to know how you can to go to the next level. So I think that has been our take on discussion for today. So from next week, we'll be looking at now how to organize your business. course, there's financial modeling, how to manage your cash flows, and then how to become investor. So that how you can be able to grow your business. So I think that has been the focus today. So I will still be sharing with you some more templates that you can use to maybe try to test your ideas, of course, test your products, test your business models to see whether they're working. Yeah, as we move forward. Yes, hi, Karen. You can see your hand still up, or
Oh, no, I don't have any question. I'm okay. Sorry.
so
Uh,
yeah. Anybody else with a question? You can see the screen is ending in the next 4 minutes.
There's something you mentioned yesterday, Charles, about
Yes.
enhanced meeting, especially with the people in Eldoret. When do you think that is going to come up?
Yeah, we want to start that. Thank you for bringing that. I think from next week, we want to start having a hybrid session. I think starting from Monday, we'll have a hybrid session. So we have 1 or 2 or 3 sessions next week, which will be for those people who
Hello,
can be
you
able
are
to
not
attend in
audible.
person. Okay, and what about there? Can you hear me now? Hello?
Yeah, that's not fair.
that's
Okay, so, okay, so
That's not fair. But Charles, today you have been sounding like you're shifting.
yeah, it's the mic that I'm using. It's not the usual mic that I use. So I think, I don't know whether the other one I misplaced the mic, the normal mic. So I have to keep on adjusting the position so that it can be able to pick my my voice. Sorry for that. Yeah. So what I'm saying is that we can we'll start having a hybrid session starting from next week on Monday. So for those who are in Eldoret can plan to come to the campus. Then for those who are away, then you can be able to join us hybrid. So we shall have a hybrid session. So we'll have all of us will be able to attend the session so that we can have those that are online and those that are physical, so that we can be able to contribute together. So we'll start that on Monday. So
I hope it will be at the same time, right?
yeah, same time. Yeah, same time.
Thank
Monday.
you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
So otherwise, is there anybody with a question?
So mine is not on the training.
Yeah.
But just to understand the 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So are we still sorry?
So yeah, after this road mapping, yes.
Yes. So are we still going to have such intensive sessions for the rest of the 12 weeks, or are we going to?
Now, what you will do is that okay, during the 12 weeks, you will have a personalized mentor. Will match with the personalized mentor. Will be working with you throughout the 12 weeks. Whom you can always organize your session according to your convenience. Okay. Can also maybe come and visit your site and also be able to see what you are doing. So in that case, more of a practical, trying to align what you are doing. But during the same time, we shall also have some around six evaluation sessions, and also have maybe like 6 or so webinars. Just a common webinar like this one, but now just to get a feedback. Okay. Well, there's a methodology called GROW. So we'll want to grow together during those 12 weeks. So we just have like webinar sessions, 3 to 4 webinar sessions that we'll actually be able to all of us assemble together and then just share experience. So it will not be, it will be like after every 3 weeks or something like that. So we'll organize for those webinars, yeah. But for the other mentorship sessions, will be done individually. So you have to organize yourself with your mentor the most appropriate time so that you can always, depending on your needs, depending on the support that you require, so that they can be able to address them. Yeah.
Thank you.
So otherwise, just want to thank you all for spending time for today's meeting. So our time is up. So I just want to wish you a good weekend, and let's meet next week on Monday. Yeah, so thank you all, and have a nice day before you start your weekend. Goodbye.
Bye.
Thank
Thank you.
you.
Thank you, Charles.
So, thank you so much.
Okay, bye.
Charles, are you still here?
I'm leaving.
Please, please send me this particular slide I just saw on the 7 habits of what? How many habits of successful people, please, in my inbox.
Oh,
Before
these slides.
yeah, this one.
Okay, so I'll do that.
Not
Before
to my inbox, to everybody.
Okay, so I'll do that.
you're dropping.
So
Send
so
me,
I'll do that.
not your inbox, to everyone.
Okay, so I'll do that. Okay, so I'll do it.